3 weeks, dude. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir. Yeah.
Is that like male paternity leave? Paternity?
So through if you work in a school, it's kind of unfortunate. You have to go through like the state in Illinois. It's called FMLA, and you have to use sick days. So
That's awful.
I'm using 3 weeks of sick days to do this.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. Where's JB?
Hey, I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's late. It's classic. It's classic Jonathan. Am I right, dude? I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Sounds good. I got some coffee.
Hey, the hippie's got something right. Just kidding. But seriously, I got him.
What's going on with YouTube chat? Did he go live yet? If he did, the 2 matchups this weekend are fantastic. I'm so excited to talk about them. Oh, boy. Well, I bet you every single person in the chat could guess why John's not here. It's quite interesting. Dude, the chat room for YouTube isn't working for me. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, I cannot read the chat right now. I love how Tyler just doesn't have a drink ready too. Like, these guys are so funny, man. Just how easy it is to be off schedule when you don't have to worry about childcare, right? Because John's got a stay-at-home mom, as his lovely wife Jody. Tyler and Jess are pregnant, but they haven't had their first kid yet. And then there's me, who had to drive earlier today in this freezing weather to drop my son off so that I could do this. These two, dude. I should just do a monologue. Guys, type in the chat. What are you more excited for? Seahawks, Rams, or Patriots, Broncos? And how down bad will you be if the Patriots win again?
Oh, dude, is John even going to show up?
Dude, he's pooping.
I just pooped. I just went, got a drink, came back, and pooped.
You two are ridiculous. What's the chat saying?
Let's go Rams. If Pats win, I'm going to be pissed. Rams, Seahawks all the way. Thick log. Seahawks. It's Rams versus Pats. Rams win. Pats versus Broncos.
I think Rams, Seahawks is definitely the better matchup, but I'm really excited for Patriots, Broncos. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah. I mean, the Broncos defense is going to keep them close. It's going to keep them in it, but it's going to be kind of like what's the word? Which team was like this? It wasn't the Eagles. The Browns. It's going to be much like the Browns, where if the Browns, for the last couple of years, is the Browns haven't been able to sustain long offensive drives. So no matter how good their defense is, even though their defense is literally one of the best defenses in the league, doesn't matter if they're out on the field for 45 minutes out of the 60-minute game. Like, they're going to be exhausted and they're going to get scored on. So can Denver's offense sustain long enough drives to give their defense rest, even if they're not scoring?
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Because like Stidham.
Good morning.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. What's up? Welcome, John.
Is my correct mic in Discord?
Yeah.
Or do I
Yeah,
sound
you're on the
like
right.
I'm
Yeah.
control?
No, you're good. You sound good.
I'm just go live real quick. Should have waited for the coffee till after this the show.
I already pooped, so. Ear.
How was it? Nice.
It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal, dude. Stidham doesn't throw for 100 yards tomorrow. I mean, the Patriots defense isn't this like elite force. They're good.
Stidham's gonna push the ball down the field. If you've ever watched him play, he's not afraid to sling it. So the question is what's it gonna look like?
Yeah, and look how many turnovers the Patriots had against the Texans, right? Like, I mean, by no means are they perfect at protecting the ball. This could be a crazy game.
All right, we're live.
And
Hi,
also
JD.
just look at who was Burrow's backup? I'm having a brain fart.
Oh,
Who?
Joe Burrow's backup.
Burrow's backup. He
The
played well
Bengals.
for a little bit.
Browning.
Yeah, Browning. Browning had a couple. Browning. I mean, he's probably going to play like Browning in the sense of like, dude, high risk, high reward, bro. Right? Like, he's going to sling it. He's going to toss that ball up for 50-50s. He's going to let it go, and who's going to come out with it, right?
Broncos, like, especially with the injuries at wide receiver, they've just got to get Mims going. They've completely ignored him this year for some reason.
He was my favorite player to bet on last year. Just like his receptions, his longest runs, because like he would run the ball. They'd have a couple trick plays of them to run the ball, and his line would be at like 1.5, and he was always averaging. He was averaging like 10 rushing yards a game. So
Right.
I love Mims. And as you say that, Chris, I mean, you've been spot on with a lot of your predictions. I think that they will be looking to get him the ball. I think we're going to see some screens to him, some reverses to him. I'd take his over on his rushing for sure. I don't know what the line is.
My Keyshawn Booty call last week was good, but I missed my Loveland call by one catch. He only had 4, and I took the over 4.5.
He had a couple of drops.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, the little girl on Instagram has been the opposite, dude. She's been 0 for 6, dude. People are
Tyler,
talking about
you're
how she's
basically
cursed.
predicting that Mims gets a rush because his line is currently at 1.5 yards.
Absolutely. And will he even get the 1.5 too, by the way? Like, a lot of times. I agree, John. I think they'll try it twice. I think it'll be on their first drive. They'll try to just get him going, get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's a fun little bet to make that he can get that, I think.
Chris, Beast Mode says YouTube chat's not working for you.
Yeah,
Please
I
let
know
him
it's
know
not.
we appreciate his punctuality and we agree with everything he said about you and Ty pre-show.
Oh, I love it.
What did you say?
I love it. Do you want me to just? Oh, well, I was ranting, so you want me to just summarize what I said?
Yeah, I do. But before you do, I've been up since 6 o'clock with my kids, and I had coffee 5 minutes before the show, and it just hit. It's the earliest I've had all week.
I just said, like, I was talking about how nice it is that you two both have situations where you don't need to worry about that because you've got a stay-at-home wife, and Tyler and Jess haven't had their kid yet.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had to be at mom's. Like, everything had to be ready because I had to get Camden ready by myself and get him to mom's before the show.
Have you tried being better?
Yeah, it's not easy, dude.
You tried
Chris,
working
I
harder?
had the baby, hung out with him all day, changed his diaper, fed him, fed the other kids, then made Jody a homemade fresh breakfast in bed, and here I am.
And you can't get here on time.
I had to poop.
John, know your bowel movements, bro. It's cringe.
Tyler, you know that I'm doing dry January. I've lost a ridiculous amount of weight.
You're sitting here, John. You are sponsored by an adult diaper company. You could.
No,
you
that
could.
was fake. That was fake. That was fake.
You
That
could.
was
John,
funny.
you
That was
sit
funny.
here.
Listen, Ty. My bowel movements have changed, brother. I have not had to poo first thing in the morning in a long time, but it wasn't first thing in the morning. I was up at 6. And
John's
so it
saying
just
that
hit
he's
me at
lost
different
a
time.
ridiculous amount of weight. All right, now let it. Now stop holding it in.
Look.
I'm kidding. Yeah. All right.
You do look good. You do look good.
I'm not sponsored by Depends yet. That was an audition, Chris. Of sorts.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the diapers.
That someone sent them to my house as a joke.
And you didn't get rid of them.
Let's start with Detroit versus everybody. While people are still getting in here, let's start with Detroit versus everybody, boys. The Pistons have like a, I don't have it up right now. So they have a multiple game lead in the East.
Yeah.
Okay. They have shown zero signs of slowing down.
Well, they lost the Rockets last night by 7.
Yeah, we've got some injuries that we're still working on, but the Rockets are a good team. Zero sign of slowing down. Multiple wins without Cade in the lineup, without Duren in the lineup. And they're still not favored to win the East.
Yeah.
The Knicks, because of their collapse in the last week and a half and some embarrassing losses, has them at plus 380. The Pistons are plus 370. The Celtics plus 340. That's why the whole Detroit versus everybody thing is always a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
No, I definitely get it. I mean, we have some losses that shouldn't be there. And I think when you lose to bad teams, like we haven't been able to beat the Clippers once this year. I don't like that, right? We lose to them every time we play them. That's not fun, right? And if we're not beating like teams like the Clippers, if we can't take a game off the Clippers, I get it. We crushed the Knicks, but the Knicks are doing terrible their last 20 games.
We just beat the Celtics on January 19th.
I understand. We beat the Celtics. That's great. It was a great game.
Celtics lost to the Blazers, who are getting a little bit hot right now. By the way, we've won our last 2 against the Celtics.
Yeah, 1-1, and the other one was a pretty good game too. I hear you, bro. I think when you look at our team, like we're gonna make every series close. I think the Pistons are going to make. If we make it to the playoffs, I think there will be no blowouts. I think we can defensively we can take on any team. So
I think we sweep the Knicks.
Wow,
like 4-0.
Yeah, I think we 4-0 the Knicks in the playoffs this year.
Not you taking it all the way to the rim. I'm happy. I just can't wait to see Cat, bro. Just oh my god,
dude! It does. I will say this: it sucks for the Pistons that. Like we might be the Jazz of the Michael Jordan era in the next few years. We have a great young team. We play great defense. They're in every game, and the Thunder are the best team in the NBA, and they have a first-round pick in the top 5.
Yeah,
like they're just going to be elite for the next,
the Spurs,
5-6 years.
The Spurs are in their division, though, right? Yeah, that's all we have to worry about.
I just hope the Spurs catch up.
We hope the Spurs just take them out in the playoffs.
Right now, the Pistons are 4th overall to win the NBA championship. It goes Thunder, Nuggets, Celtics, Pistons.
See, that's interesting. Yeah.
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 And by the way, the Thunder right now, do you any guess what their odds are to win the NBA championship?
Yeah, that's like plus 105, right? Or is it like minus
plus 115? And the Nuggets are plus 500.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hearing anything about the Nuggets.
16th pick currently. I thought the Thunder had another. I thought the Thunder had someone else's pick. The 16th via the Clippers right now. Okay, still it's insane.
Third in the Western got 31-15.
Pretty good.
I'm just happy the Thunder have been losing lately, right? Let's go. They lost to the Pacers. They lost to the Heat by 2. Right, and then they finally beat the Spurs. They crushed them by 21 on January 13th, 11 days ago.
Yeah, Chris, have you been watching Pistons?
No.
So when football season's over, you'll start watching Pistons Red Wings.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I've been trying to hang out with Julia a lot more at night, and she watches awful shows. So
she does watch awful shows. She watches the shows that Jess watches.
When they do that, though, guys, they just put the game on your phone.
I do put the game on. That's what I do. I put the game on my phone. Jess has been playing Monopoly. She's playing it right now.
I will think about
online Monopoly or on the TV?
Yeah, on the Switch. She's playing Monopoly on the Switch. She's in a 6-person Monopoly game right now with real people.
With real people? Dude, that's absurd.
Bro, we played one game. It took 2 hours. She's like, "You want to play it tonight?" I'm like, "No, I'm never playing this again. This is terrible."
Can I just say real quick? Ohio State, Michigan beat them last night. Let's go, Blue.
Let's go.
I don't think they covered though. I think they were. Maybe they did. They won by like 12. All right, let's get into it. fellas. Let's get into it. We have some fun games this weekend, but first, we haven't seen each other since last weekend's game, so let's chat it up. Bills Broncos thoughts. A lot of Bills fans very upset, blaming refs.
Yeah,
some realistic Bills fans blaming the turnovers.
You gotta blame Josh Allen, dude.
I mean, he played pretty darn well except for the turnovers.
Yeah, the turnover that lost. Right. What did they lose by? I mean, technically they would have won by 3.
Yeah, if he didn't. Cook's fumble was brutal too because they were driving again. I think that was like just the second drive of the game for them.
I don't think that was a catch. I don't think Josh Allen should have fumbled that ball. Like, it looked like he threw it. It looked like he threw the.
I can tell you whose fault that game wasn't. Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
By the way, dude, not only does that happen, not only do they fire him, they give the GM who drafted Coleman, blamed the Coleman draft. The owner blamed the Coleman draft on McDermott and said the coaches wanted him. And then there's clips that came out in a documentary that they were filming that showed that it was the owner or the GM who wanted him and who was talking him up and saying, "Oh, this is the guy. He's the guy. Unless someone else surprises us, Keon Coleman's the guy."
Yeah,
and then they give him a promotion.
Yeah, it really, really poorly run the Bills. You're noticing right now, and if you right, like think about what we're talking about the Bills preseason. If you look just at all the culmination of things that have happened to them the last 3 years, Josh Allen, right? And everyone's like, "Oh, he can't get past Mahomes." Well, like that narrative is so stupid, dude. It's always been the roster. It's always been the roster every year. Right? Since they lost Diggs, every year we've been like, what is this roster? Like, the young guys that they drafted aren't popping, right? We're talking on both sides of the ball, defense and offense. And so it's like, I don't know how you come to this decision and keep being. Like, fine. Like, if McDermott has to go, whatever, I think that's the wrong decision. But then the GM needs to go more. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I think we've been asking for a very long time, like, who's the guy on Buffalo? And, like, it can't just be the quarterback, right? I mean, there has to be. I mean, Matthew Stafford during his tenure with the Lions, right? Who was it? Who was his guy? You had one. Yeah, Calvin Johnson. You have one, bro. No matter what, no matter how bad you have a guy. And, right, when you have a good quarterback, he has someone to throw to. And who's like Kincaid? I mean, that's not sustainable,
even
really.
Him,
I mean, Knox,
he doesn't do well against man.
Right. So
coverage.
And it's been like that again, Chris, for years. We've been who's their guy? What's this roster? So I couldn't agree more. Get Josh Allen some help. And
yeah, Cooks is a stud.
Cooks is a stud, right? But like a running back can only do so much too. You know what I mean?
Right. The issue is like you can't be a serious offense just peppering Khalil Shakir all the time with screen passes and 7-yard gains. And
yeah, I mean, you need some juicers, bro. You need some, dude. Look, a great example of just look at how the Patriots have been playing. I mean, bro, you know who's not afraid to literally sling that shit outside the numbers? Drake May, bro. I mean, they're doing it multiple times a drive, bro. Sometimes they'll just do it 3 plays in a row. It's like he's confident in his guys to either get that separation or that he's going to throw that ball. And it just doesn't happen with Buffalo.
Right. Like if Josh Allen had the Colts offense, right? So like the Colts have the Cook, right? They got Taylor. So they've got that skill position. Like you've got Alec Pierce, one of the best deep ball threats who's also really evolved over the last year. Alec Pierce is going to make a boatload in free agency this year. Either the Colts are going to keep him or they're not. You have Pittman, who can win any contested catch, right? He's like your sure hand guy. You have Tyler Warren, who's can do anything. He's like your Swiss Army knife, right? And then you look at what Josh Allen has, and it's just like you don't have options.
At the same time, it is hard to have a top 3 quarterback in the NFL and have a ton of options.
No, it's not.
Look at Mahomes.
Matthew Stafford.
Right, but that they had to make a huge.
But
Lamar
Jackson. Think about the guys you can get, John. You can
Lamar
get
Jackson doesn't have elite weapons.
You don't need a first-round pick to find the same Browns.
Mark Andrews, A. Flowers.
You can
Shakir, you could argue that Shakir had a wide receiver 1 year.
No, you cannot.
Any more weapons, but I'm saying that it's hard. You can look it up.
Dude, because, John, when you talk about the types of catches, most of his yards are after the catch. He's not.
Same with a lot of the Lions guys.
He's not doing like what you need to have a diverse offense. And John, but the Lions players all do different things.
I know they need more. Ty just listed the Ravens. Look at Mahomes. I don't think the Ravens have great options.
I think the Ravens have great options. I think that they have an identity crisis, and that's why they've been performing. Just they don't know what to do. Do we get Derrick Henry going? Do we get Lamar's running game going? Then we got to start throwing the ball. Like they just. Anyways, that's different.
Yeah, I just don't think Zay Flowers is that good. I don't think the Chiefs have a ton of options right now. Obviously, the Bengals do, but they have no O-line. So it's very hard to have an elite O-line, a top 5 quarterback, and a bunch of options, and a very good defense, right? That's all. We're all agreeing that's very hard to do. But the Bills have done not a good job so far of bringing people in with Josh Allen. I think.
Yeah, I think that Bean should be let go. And if I'm a Buffalo fan, I'm really upset that it was McDermott and not him.
Yeah, especially when you have a new stadium next year, just start it over. Like, you know what I mean? But like, bring in somebody new. You keep Josh Allen, and you just go see what you can do. Go try to get a Super Bowl in that building.
Is their new stadium indoor or outdoor?
No, it's outdoor, bro. Remember we talked about this? They have the wind things around the whole thing, so that the elements will still come in, but the wind is going to be almost a non-factor.
That's so cool.
Yeah, like you should watch the YouTube video on it. It's like 30 minutes. It's really cool. It shows like how all the science that went into trying to keep the wind out of the stadium while having the elements. It's going to be fun. But anyway, back to that game. So one of my biggest pet peeves that people do, and it's just social media is just nuts, bro. Like you can take a picture, and if somebody wants to agree with you, they're just going to retweet it. And so crazy takes fly every single day on Twitter and all over. I think there was a huge difference in that interception, catch, whatever that happened in the Bills game versus what happened in the Devontae Adams in the Rams game. He catches the ball, takes 2 steps, knee hits the ground, then the ball comes out, right? And the Bills guy like caught it, simultaneously loses it. Very different plays, in my opinion. But if you take a screenshot of both and you don't watch Adams catch it and take 2 steps first, it looks identical. It's not identical. My only gripe about that play was that I wish that they would have taken a look. Instead of one guy in New York allegedly looking at it and being like, oh, it's fine, keep the play going. I wish they would have at least been like, we're going to go look at it as a whole staff. That was my one complaint. And if you don't turn the ball over, you don't lose that game.
Yeah, I think that once Joe Burrow chimed in, I was done thinking about it. Did you see what he tweeted?
He's something like it's so clear. And you don't.
He's like both of those catches are so obvious, and both of them were called correctly on the field. and I was like, okay, well, if Joe Burrow says that, then I'm over it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. He said the amount of people that don't understand what a catch is in the rule book flabbergasts me, and it's not the officials. The 2 plays yesterday were not difficult calls, and they got them both right. Is exactly what he said.
Joey B coming in to defend the refs.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. He didn't have control of the ball at all. I agree. I just agree. I watched it a lot of the time, and at first I was like, wow, that's a joke. Then you watch it in slow motion, and you're just like, bro, you did not have that. Apologies.
Listen, I get, like, if you're a Bill fan, I get it, bro, right? We're diehard fans of our team. So when something happens, it's way easier to blame a narrative.
Right.
But those pass interferences were PIs. They were. You can't just not call a PI because the game's on the line.
Right.
You know
and why was the game on the line? Because of the turnovers.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Takes me back to the whole Dallas, Lions game. Like, I was so mad. I was a lot younger. It's like 10 plus years ago. I was so mad that they picked up that pass interference flag on Pettigrew. It was a bullshit call. The referees apologized. The NFL apologized after the game to the Lions. We got it wrong. That should have been a PI. We go down. We kick a field goal. We take the lead. We score a touchdown. We win the game. Well, that's our first playoff win since the 90s, right?
Right.
Doesn't happen. What else should we have done? We should have gone for it on 4th and short. And in today's NFL, we would have. But we didn't. Jim Caldwell punts it away. We lose the game. It was because that one flag was not why we lost. And it took me a lot of years to learn that.
Yes.
And it definitely hurts. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It's always going to hurt in the moment.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. So Bills Broncos, you guys both. Well, Chris, you picked the Broncos, right?
I did.
How you picked the Bills?
I picked the Bills, and the Bills would have won if they didn't turn the ball over 8 times. So
Yeah,
I stand by my decision.
All right, let's go Rams Bears, dude. Rams Bears, crazy game.
Okay, fun fact about this game. All right. The Rams only had one negative offensive DVO game the entire season. And it was this game against the Bears. And so if that doesn't give you confidence as they have to head into Seattle, like they're going the wrong way, man. The last month, Stafford has not looked great. And
Dude,
he
he's
has
20 for 42.
I'm gonna give a little pass. I'm gonna give a little pass for that crazy weather game. I am.
Right.
Here we go. He played in Detroit, though, John.
Hey, if you're a Rams fan,
if you're like, I wasn't expecting him to throw 80% completion percentage, and 4 tutties.
But if you're a Rams fan, you have to hope that, because now you're going against Seattle is now a top 5 DVOA team all time since Aaron Schatz started taking the stats. Right, this team is a behemoth on defense, so you better pray that Stafford, it was just the cold, because they don't look great. The last time these two teams played each other was Week 16. Seattle eked out a victory. I think they won by 1, 38-37. And they didn't have Devontae, right? So if you want to tell yourself, if you're like a Rams fan, that Bears game was a fluke. But, dude, whatever. I don't think they look great.
The Seahawks they're even more dialed in on defense. It seems like they're just getting better.
Yeah.
Throughout the year.
Yeah, just the way they played against that Bears team. And kudos to the Bears, dude. They can stick around.
Chris, they've done it all year. Caleb Williams went 23 or 42, 3 interceptions. He's never beat the allegations, dude.
Caleb Williams had one of the worst statistical playoffs of a quarterback, and yet had 2 throws I will never forget. I will never forget that throw scrambling to his left as Adunze is coming across the field, and then he looked like the Jumpman logo as he's throwing it off his back foot. And I will never forget running 20 yards the wrong way.
Dude, I couldn't believe that.
Heaving it to the corner of the end zone on 4th and 8 and finding Kmet in the end zone to force overtime.
By the way, so a couple things. That play was insane. I was watching it. My buddy who stays here twice a week, he's from here, so he's a Bear fan. Not diehard. He's a diehard Ohio State, but like found himself caught up in this Bears moment and was cheering hard for the Bears. You guys know how I'm up more than I've ever been up in units in this last month and a half. Like my bankroll is awesome. It's a lot of fun right now, and I would have won an obscene. Like I would have hit the best bets I've ever hit if the Rams covered that game. And it came down to that last play. And if that's just incomplete, it's over. Hit the bet. Would have been awesome. And he just goes back, and that throw was insane. Jeremy from Powder Detroit, he's in the stream right now, brought this up. He goes, was that a Hail Mary? And I think the answer is yes, right? You're 20 yards deep, and he chucked it.
It wasn't until he
right. It wasn't
until he sprinted 20 yards back and then threw it 50 yards.
And so then if it was a Hail Mary, then it was technically like a 14-yard Hail Mary.
Right.
Like on paper.
No, that's nuts, man.
Absolutely insane. And then I didn't even see this. I still haven't seen this. I haven't seen the clip. I looked for it. Did Kmet push off? Because everyone.
I saw him.
I didn't see one clip.
It looked like a really bad play from the DB, is what it looked like.
They gave up in a sense, right? They probably thought. They probably looked. They saw how.
It looked like he just lost him.
Which, by the way, like one thing that I will never understand, and again, I don't play the game, I don't play the sport, I've never played football my entire life. All I do is watch, right? I've been watching for the last, aggressively 10 years. Well, probably like 5. I don't understand why DBs sometimes, especially when the play is breaking down, why they do not turn around, even for a second. Like the amount of times players just get lost, right? They're like, you sit there, you got the spot. And then it's like, dude, the play's breaking down. The quarterback his head is turned away from you, running away. Turn around, like find someone again and re-guard them. Like they just sit there and they're just like, and they're just looking at the quarterback. And it's like, fucking sorry for his cousin. Turn around. Like, look for a player real quick. It's like it's half a second. The ball's not going to leave, travel 50 yards in half a second, and then be caught for you to just look at a player to pick up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of it is coaching, but it's like when you're supposed to, it depends on if you're in man or zone, right? And it depends on if you're a safety or a corner. Okay. So I'm with you on corners. And I think safety, it's a little bit harder to know when you're, because you don't want to leave your area and then, have a splash play where you should have been.
I get it. But like there comes a time where you're told what to do, but the second that the play breaks down, like you have to be there. Again, I probably sound so stupid, but you have to just start looking around. Like the play's breaking down, you have to break down a little bit, right? And so you can't just sit there anymore.
It's almost like you want to become a receiver. Like
you're looking to catch the ball, right?
You're looking to read the quarterback eyes and make a play. It's tough to do that against Stafford though, because a lot of times he looks where he's not throwing.
All right, so can you guys see this?
No, I agree with that, Chris. Too,
I would have to
yeah,
click watch stream. Should I click it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Can you see it, Ty? Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm on it.
I have not seen this. I literally have not seen this yet. And when the only replay I saw, which was the one they showed at the end of the play, was from the other side where Durant in a second you'll see is like 2 feet below him, and then the other guy's running in. It looks like what you just said, Ty. Why aren't you looking for the ball? That's what I thought I saw on that replay. Check this out.
No.
I mean, that's not a push off. He doesn't push him.
What?
He doesn't push him. Look, right there.
Yeah,
that's not pushing.
Yeah, it looks like Durant takes his It looks like Durant is taking his own momentum the wrong way. To me,
right.
I'm gonna put it on my screen now because apparently mine can't see it because I'm running it. So hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely. It looks there. It looks like. It looked exactly what Chris said. It looks like he takes his own momentum. He's kind of already leaning that way, and then they let go, and then he keeps going.
Yep, it looked like he took a bad angle on the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting. And either way, crazy throw, crazy play. So glad they lost. I just couldn't handle another full week. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. And I'll say this about Caleb Williams, because Ty, I know you said you can't beat the allegations.
No.
I'm impressed with Caleb still, and I think he could be very, very good in this league.
Oh, absolutely. He can, dude.
Josh Allen,
clean up. Dude, look at Josh Allen. Exactly.
Josh Allen is if you're a Bears fan and you're looking for hope through all of Caleb's inaccuracies this year and the moments where he looked lost, I think Josh Allen is the perfect comp, because Josh Allen was the magician that Caleb is, like the same type of player who was just incredibly inaccurate. And then I think it was year 3 was when Allen took that step forward. So, yeah.
He had to change how he threw the ball, and that's how Caleb still throws the ball, right? Caleb is still like kind of like throwing like just the way Josh Allen was, right?
Also, and, bullets, unnecessary bullets when it's negative 20-degree wind chill to your wide open receivers 6 yards down the field, and it was the reason that your Komet or your Loveland play didn't hit, Chris, because there was a couple throws to Loveland where he's wide open and he just threw absolutely as hard as he could. And he didn't need to, right? Just put a little touch on it. But those are things he can fix.
Yep. Agreed.
Great. Congratulations to the Rams. Congratulations to what? We got Seahawks, Broncos, and Patriots tomorrow. Yeah. We'll talk about it in a second. Lions' new offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Okay. Ty just shakes his head. Allegedly, McDaniel, Campbell liked him, but it wasn't a good fit. So he got hired by the Chargers and is now interviewing still for head coaching jobs, which, by the way, I don't remember this ever happening. Like, we've got Flores now who's extended by the Vikings as their D coordinator, unless he leaves for a head coaching job. Same with McDaniel with the Chargers. But Lions bring in the former offensive coordinator for the Cardinals. What do you guys think?
I mean, the only reason I shook my head was because, I mean, I know what Chris said, and I think that there were obviously more desirable coaches out there. I think we have to trust, we have to trust Dan Campbell. We have to trust RGM. We have to just trust that we know what we're doing. I also want to point out what JB said. Like, dude, I think can you really judge him with Kyler Murray? Because Kyler Murray can't run an offense, right? We talked about that. He's too short. He's not And I love Kyler, by the way. Appreciate
you have
Wish
to
were
you have to
taller.
put a lot of band-aids. I think Drew Petzing is a under center guy, and Kyler Murray was a shotgun guy. Like
Yeah, he literally
80%,
can't.
80% shotgun rate, and then Petzing I think got it down to like 70-something%. But that's still I think more than what Petzing wanted. I'm just gonna say I've been doing a lot of research. Jeremy over at Pride of Detroit has been doing some really good work on this. He had a whole show bringing in a beat writer from the Cardinals who was just like, yikes, Petzing kind of sucks. Colton Pouncey has done good work kind of on the culture fit and how they fit, right? The relationship with Ben Johnson, like a run first kind of mentality under center, a lot of play action, which is what the Lions are trying to do.
Sure.
And everyone that you hear from just talks about how smart this guy is. So I think I'm with Tyler. I think I'm done researching this, and I'm going to trust Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes a little bit longer.
And then also look at how well. But I mean, look, like Jacoby Brissett kind of performed, dude. I mean, you got a quarterback that actually can play under center, right? And the Arizona offense, I mean, they actually started throwing the ball. I mean, look at Michael Wilson. He had an absolutely incredible year. If Marvin Harrison didn't get injured, like they could have been even more dominant. And they were putting up points. They were putting up a lot of points against decent teams. So, and that was when, Kyler took a step back, and obviously because he was injured. So I'm optimistic, dude. I still love our team. I always will. And now it's just like, let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people want the hot takes. They want your bold predictions, your hot takes, and I've been giving a lot less of those as I get older, just because there's nothing wrong with waiting and seeing. Nothing wrong with waiting and seeing about JJ McCarthy. What do you mean? Give me a hot take. Give me a hot take. I've said. Can't.
You've had plenty. I can't off the top of my head.
I'll give a hot take on a play. I'll give a hot take on a.
You love a hot take.
Like I'm going to pick the Broncos today.
Like your name is JB Hot Take Blevins. What do you mean? As I get older, I'm
taking the Broncos today is not a hot take.
Plus 280. It's pretty good. It's pretty good odds if they win it.
But that's because people are over. Sorry.
I've not made bold predictions on JJ McCarthy. I'm not going to guarantee that someone is going to be a bust at QB in year one or a top 10 QB someday. I just don't have to do that. And I don't have to say whether or not this hire is going to be an amazing hire or an awful hire. Let's just wait and see and watch it. But I will tell you this, Dan Campbell's job is on the line. If he fails at this would be his, we lost our first, he fired our first OC.
Yep.
Then he brings Ben Johnson and we lose him, not his fault, right? You could argue that's a credit to Dan that then we lose him. Then he gets John Morton and fires him. If this is a third offensive coordinator, that would be his fault for hiring the wrong person. That's it. He's putting his job on the line and bringing this guy in. So for me,
I think it's more Holmes than Campbell. I think there has to be a chemistry there, but Campbell doesn't make the hire, does he?
Yeah, it's the head coach's decision. Now the GM can he can do whatever he wants. Ultimately, he can say, yes, you can hire this guy. No, you can't. Bunch of Lions guys out there who I don't trust, who are saying that that Campbell wanted Mike and Brad Holmes was like, no, he's not a fit. I don't think that's how that went, but he could do that if he wanted to. But I don't think Brad's that kind of guy. So this is Dan Campbell's hire, and I would imagine that they're hired together. And so I think they're together, bro. I don't think that Dan Campbell ever gets fired and Brad Holmes doesn't. And so I think that either they take us to that next level, we get to a Super Bowl and potentially win it, or the Fords, say, hey, we're going to move on and try to get someone else to take to that next step.
It's gonna be hard to disagree with me there. I disagree completely. Yeah, John. What do you mean the next step? Winning a Super Bowl is one of the hardest things in the world to do.
Right, but that's what we're trying to do.
But look what we've done, though, already. I understand, John, but look what we've done. It's a lot easier to get worse than it is to get better.
I agree. John, ready?
And we've been to the playoffs almost 3 years in a row.
Here's what we already have done. We did it with Jim Caldwell.
Hey,
Jim Caldwell was one of our best coaches of our lifetime.
I want to give you a scenario. Like, what's the leash for you, JB? What's the leash for you? Like, where are you at now?
For me?
Yeah.
You have to win playoff games to be a coach of the Lions from now on. That's the leash.
And we've won playoff
games. If we lose the division, let's say we lose the division next year to the Packers, we are the 6th seed. Yeah. And we get bounced week 1. You want Campbell fired?
I would, yeah. I would. If you don't
I'm
win the
not.
division 2, I would.
I'm not there.
If you don't win the division
I'm
2
not
years in
there.
a row or win a playoff game 2 years in a row with this roster, I want you gone. I would.
With this, we're hurt. We're hurt. We didn't have
still have a
two.
great
No,
roster.
it doesn't matter. We didn't have two of our starting tight ends, right?
matter.
And they
What was
were
our DVOA?
absolutely.
What was our DVOA this year overall?
Yeah, it was top
We're
5.
top 5 DVOA. Top
Yeah.
5 team in the NFL missed the playoffs. I know we're hurt, but like I'm telling you, that's my expectation. Being Mike Tomlin, I don't want him. 8 straight years of not winning a playoff game, gone 5 years ago.
Someone says, bro says he isn't doing hot takes and then says he wants Dan Campbell fired next year.
I didn't say that. I never said I want him fired. I never said I want him fired. I love him. I trust him. I just said I trust
my
him.
leash, John, is significantly longer than yours. When we hired him, when we hired him, like I was already thinking I at least want him to have 4 years. So, and like we're there now, and I feel like I don't want to lose him.
I believe that he is going to be the guy that brings the Super Bowl to Detroit. I'm not saying I want him fired.
I think Brad Holmes has done a significantly worse job thinking about the future of this team than Dan Campbell has.
It would be interesting to me. I could not see a world where Ford fires Holmes and keeps Campbell.
If we spend 3rd round pick, like if we keep trading valuable midday picks for barely any move the needle players, like what we've done at tackle and guard and wide receiver, like we didn't need Tesla. We didn't need 3 3rd round picks for that guy. And so, like, to me, Holmes has way more to prove than Campbell.
So again, I do not want him fired. I'm just saying, like, you gotta, like, the expectation now is that you compete for the division, which they did this year and lost, and that you win playoff games. That's the expectation.
Okay.
And so you can. What's your leash then? How many years in a row of not winning the division and not winning a playoff game are you keeping Campbell?
3.
Yeah, I think it depends on. How the season feels, right? The flow of the week to week, right? Like if Jared Goff goes down, heaven forbid, I'm not blaming Dan Campbell on a lost season. And it's like,
and we've never had a good backup our entire
lives. This is the guy that brought us to the NFC Championship and almost to the Super Bowl. Yeah, the leash is longer for me, man.
Agreed. Same. Chris and I are in agreement. Jonathan, hot take Blevins strikes again.
Jeremy just said, if Petzing fails in a year, he enters 2027 on a hot seat. But unless it's a total disaster, he's not going anywhere. That's fine.
I agree.
My leash is 1 or 2 years. And I think he's going to do it. I think we win the division next year. So come on now. I'm not sitting here saying fire Dan Campbell. I'm not saying that.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
You gotta win a bowl. You gotta win a bowl with this roster at some point.
Let me tell you what I need, bro. I need Jared Goff to continue to take those steps forward in his scrambling abilities. All right, Jared, I want you squatting 600 pounds before the offseason.
Dude, I don't even want that, man. I want us to attack the sideline.
He navigated the pocket so well this year, bro.
He did.
He did do great.
Goff did a great job this year, and he was one of the most pressured quarterbacks this year.
Because they know that he needs to be pressured. So, like, we need to be prepared for that. I want to be going into every single. You want to know how we win next year, every game, and just dominate every single team, especially teams that are where we're going to be close in odds. Bro, is just preparing for that. Our entire offensive scheme needs to be. We're going to get blitzed 90% of these plays, and we need to be, and that needs to be our offensive play calling.
But the issue is that pressure was getting home when there was no blitz. Because our O-line
Goff has historically been pretty good against the blitz.
Well,
yeah,
still got to be picked up.
Goff's
offensive line was so bad this year, bro.
Goff's always got a
dial it in.
Goff's always got a hot
route. If the Bears can do what they did, bro. I mean, bottom 5 O-line to top 3 O-line in one off season. Holmes needs to cook.
Right.
I'm with you guys there. All right, Philip Rivers gets a head coaching interview. He has coached high school. He has never been a head coach at college level or the NFL, but obviously he had a 20-plus year career in the NFL at the most important position. If the Lions were in the situation that the Bills are in, which I guess that you could argue they are, let's say the Lions fired Dan Campbell and Philip Rivers gets an interview. What are your thoughts as a fan?
I mean, I think, yeah.
Let's take it a step further. What if they hire him?
I just think it would be so unserious.
I think that
it would be so unserious.
It'd be pretty unserious, right? Because you need, a lot of people work their way up, right? They're a QB coach and their offensive coordinator, maybe, and then for a couple of years, and then they get an offensive for sure. But Phillip Rivers has been known, even as a quarterback, for coaching on the sidelines, right? Screaming at the refs, screaming across the field. I mean, this guy, you know what I mean? Like he's already got the energy. He's already been doing it. He's already been yelling at the refs, even as a QB from the sideline, right? He's been, right? I mean, he's been in the league for God knows how long. He understands the game. He understands the offense. I mean, he understands defenses. Like, what more do you look for than an experienced player who's been in the thick of it and has coaching experience? And sure, it's high school coaching experience, but like, what do you mean? Like, he's played more football than every head coach in the league right now, arguably. He's been playing since he's 4. Like, what more do you want?
You know what it reminds me of, John? And I think Phillip Rivers is a much, much better man than Urban Meyer. But that's kind of what it would feel like.
That's a low bar.
It feels like Urban Meyer. It feels like you're jumping into a situation that you're not ready for, right? Like going from college to the NFL where you've got to like lead the locker room like that. I don't think that that's going to be Phillip Rivers' problem, but there's so much that a head coach does in the NFL. I would be surprised unless he hired an all-star staff to come with him. And like, who's come? Like, so that one, I don't know. I just think it would be very unserious. And if he does great, that's awesome. But I would not want that if I was a Bills fan.
Yeah, I guess I can see that, Chris, right? Like he would struggle in the sense of, you know, like looking for draft picks and right, like that, everything that is off the field, a lot of the off the field stuff.
Right. It's his job to build the staff. And I don't know, man.
So one of the things that I hate about living in Illinois is that in order to listen to Detroit sports radio, which unfortunately a lot of times is ass anyway, I have to put it on my phone, like use the app, use the Bluetooth. It's just when I'm doing a 10-minute drive, I don't do that. So I listen to a lot of Chicago sports radio. And I actually really like Olin Kreutz. You guys remember him? That offensive lineman for the Bears?
Yep.
He does a podcast, and he's often a guest on ESPN 1000 and 670 The Score. And he was talking about this yesterday. And he said that he thinks that Phillip Rivers could be a good head coach. There's no better position in the league to go from than quarterback than to go into the head coach room because you're spending the most time with the coach. You're spending the most time with the coordinator. You're with the leaders in the building more than any other player on the team. So he thinks he could do it. He thinks it would take a couple of years for him to start winning, which is obviously not what the Bills would want right now. They have a team that's trying to win now. But one thing I thought was really interesting that he said that he thinks that he would struggle with the game plan of what to do day in and day out. He said Lovie Smith, when he was coaching the Bears, had a 365-day plan. Every day was planned out before the year started. On December 31st, well, it probably started in summer, but all the way through 365, the entire day plan. He's like, there's no way Phillip Rivers knows how to do that yet. And that's the part that he thinks is going to take time. But he actually said Olin Kreutz said he thinks it's harder to coach high school than the NFL because you're teaching the game still, and in the NFL you're just perfecting players. You're getting them to be better at what they usually already know how to do, and so he does think that he could do an okay job. Oh, that was an interesting take.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say that I think that would be a joke of a hire. Even though I like Phillip Rivers.
That's fair. Chris, that's fair, dude. I completely agree. I think that there might be a better position and a better spot that he's there for. I think that he could be one of the best head coaches maybe in the league in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, if he gets a job somewhere else where it's more fitting. I agree that for the Bills, I think that there's better options.
Right. He's someone I would want to bring in as an assistant head coach to become a head coach at some point.
Yeah. That should be the play. I think that should be the play.
Sure.
Let's look at the coaches so far, and then we're going to go into the Broncos, Patriots,
I'm
Rams,
so pumped to talk about these games.
But before that, we've got the Ravens hired Jesse Minter.
Yes, they did.
Hired John Harbaugh. The Falcons brought in Kevin Stefanski. The Dolphins brought in Jeff Hafley, Packers defensive coordinator, and the Titans have hired Robert Saleh.
With what Saleh did with that 49ers defense this year with duct tape and just good coaching, that's the least surprising hire to me, that he got a job immediately after this year.
Yeah, I blame the Jets organization way more than I blame Robert for his failure there.
Oh, dude, and I want to be nice to our guy Aaron Glenn, but his seat is already boiling after year one. He just cleared out most of his staff that he had brought with him from year one.
Sure.
And they let go of what looks to be a pretty good coach Like, I'm with you, John. I don't think it was Saleh's fault over there in New York. And I think the Titans got a great guy. He's got to bring in a great coordinator for Ward yet.
All right, so favorite hire out of these hires and least favorite?
Favorite hire is the Falcons with Stefanski. I think people forget that he took that awful Browns. I mean, they've always had a good defense, but he won a playoff game with the Browns. And that organization is just a mess. Like, right? They're the job no one wants in the cycle right now. And so I think that he's going to do work with the Falcons offense. And then my least favorite is Jesse Minter to the Ravens.
Wow, really? The Michigan disrespect.
Well, it's like, what's the point? Why'd you fire Harbaugh if you're just going to hire Jesse Minter? I respect that. That's a little confusing to me. They're both similar coaching styles to me. Like, I thought they would bring in someone offensive minded. You know? That's just what I thought.
That's what he means. What do you mean? He means what he says. He says what he means, dude. I don't really have an opinion on any of this stuff. I'm obviously still diving into the head coaches, and I'm actually starting to remember some of these offensive coordinators and head coaches' names. So, as this is like my third year just diving into
Yeah, we love it for you, Ty.
all of the intricacies and stuff.
The Ravens organization is really good, though. So if they like Minter, I mean, I think that speaks volumes to him.
It's these young guns, dude. The whole phrase on these days among the beat writers is never let a genius leave your building, right? With the Lions with Ben Johnson, there's a whole bunch more examples out there. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if he's one of those young geniuses. My favorite hire is probably the Giants with John Harbaugh. I also think that he may have taken the Bills job if he knew it was open.
That's definitely my favorite hire, by the way. I do have a favorite hire.
Well,
it is Harbaugh the Giants.
He's transforming that organization. They're firing upper level guys. The amount of I read an Athletic article, and I really apologize to the author because I forget who wrote it, but he's a Giants beat writer, and he was talking about the nepotism and the handouts in the Giants organization where they just don't fire upper level guys who have no business being there.
Sure.
And it looks like they're starting to clear some of those executives out. And so if the
clearing out the swamp.
Right. So if he is going to actually change that culture, and the Giants are going to become a serious organization again, how fun is that for football?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, dude, the New York is literally, come on, dude, they're electric, right? A good New York team would be great for the sport. So,
huge market team for sure.
Oh my God! And then we could get Philly off of our televisions.
Finally, bro, please get Philly away.
My least favorite hire is Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins. I don't think he's going to be a bad coach by any means. I actually loved his press conference. He was well spoken in that. But my goodness, like the Dolphins just. I don't know if they're paid. I think he can be really good if they wait. I don't think he's going to be one of those guys that comes in year one like Ben Johnson did with the Bears and takes them. The Bears had a really good roster, so a lot of weapons for him to come in and use. And Hafley's got his work cut out for him. So if the Dolphins can be patient and give him a couple years, I think he can succeed. Why are you smirking,
dude? Just is there any more different coaching change than going from Mike McDaniel to Jeff Hafley? Right. To me, that was the most like when you break up with a girl and then immediately date the opposite.
Sure.
Like that was the vibe I got in Miami.
Yeah, or they come out after you and you're just like, wow. Wow. That was
really
whoa.
So I
had a hilarious joke that actually happened to me, but I'm not going to tell it.
Yeah. I took you off the male species, huh?
Yeah. Oh. Wow, I changed your future. Or, showed you your future. Anyways.
I texted you, boys.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh.
That happened to me. So let's go. Let's get into the games for tomorrow, man. We got Broncos, Patriots, Rams, Seahawks. I will say this. I've been picking the Patriots all week. I've been saying Rams, Patriots is going to be my Super Bowl prediction. I've changed my mind on one of those two picks. I'll tell you one soon, but let's start with Broncos Patriots. Obviously, Nix is out. That is brutal. And Stidham comes in. They have a home game. The Patriots have not won a playoff game in Denver ever. They're 0-4.
I don't think that matters at all.
I'm just letting you know.
Denver, it's hard to play in Denver.
Yeah, not used to it. What do you guys think about this game?
Give me the Patriots, dude. This is a don't overthink it. There's a 2-leg don't overthink it right now that if I was betting this year or this month, I would slam.
I thought you were back now. I thought you said you were back on Monday.
I can't. It's the 27th. It's this Sunday. It's tomorrow.
Both of these matchups.
Tomorrow then.
It's too late, dude. Sorry,
Both of these matchups are incredible for different reasons. But to me, the path is the easiest. First off, both of these teams, the Patriots and the Broncos, have had an easy schedule. They're both top, I think, 3. I think via weighted DVOA, the Patriots have had the easiest schedule. The Broncos have had the 3rd easiest to get here. So I don't think that should be much of a narrative like the Patriots schedule. But I think the narrative is this Broncos defense. To me, it's just, can the Broncos score 3 times?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, I think the Broncos defense is enough to frustrate Drake May. Drake May had 4 turnovers against the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? And now he's got to go into Denver, completely different conditions, right?
He had 3 turnovers against the Texans, dude. No, yeah. Dude, it doesn't matter. Drake May doesn't get frustrated. Dude looks cool, calm, collected the entire time.
Right. But what I'm saying is that the Broncos' run defense matches up good against the Patriots' run offense, and so Drake May is going to have to win this game for the Patriots,
and he can.
And I absolutely think he can, but I think that the path is easier for the Broncos. I think that Stidham and that offense have an easier path than Drake May and that offense in those conditions. Denver at home, and I think plus 290 for a Denver win is insane.
Okay. Make sure I bring up Super Bowl odds at some point in the next few minutes. Okay. Who's got a better offensive line?
Denver.
Yep. Who's got a better defensive line?
Denver.
Give me Denver.
Ha!
Give me Denver. I'm taking them. I was on the Patriots all week. I've made my prediction in my stream all week long saying Patriots, Rams. I'm taking Denver to win this game. I think you're right, Chris. I think if they score 3 times, they win.
I think you're delusional for thinking the Rams are going to win. I don't think the Rams. Oh,
we're going to get to that.
I'm with you there, Ty. So I did deep dives on both these games. I think. Wait, are we still on? We're still on Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Okay. Give me the Patriots. Give me the Patriots to win this game.
I think the Patriots. Here's the thing, dude. I think the Patriots have to play perfect ball to win, and I don't think Denver does.
That's crazy.
Denver doesn't.
I think
Stidham could throw 2 picks, and Denver could still win this game. If Drake May throws 2 picks, I think it's over.
What if he throws interceptions in the red zone? And then they go 3 and out and they get the ball back. Like that, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about scary picks. You're talking about on their own 20-yard line, he throws an interception, they're in field goal range, and Denver gets a free 3. Like I think that there are less odds for that to happen.
I like Kayshon Boutte again, by the way, everyone. That's my play of this
game. For a longest reception?
No, just to go over 30.5 yards. I absolutely think it happens. Hey, fun Boutte stat for all my nerds out there. Mm-hmm. Every single one of his catches this year has been a first down or a touchdown.
That's incredible. Dude, let me tell you something right now, man. I think, hear me out. These Denver cornerbacks and safeties, DBs, they get handsy, bro. They get handsy, and a lot of the times they don't get contested, right? There's not a lot of deep balls thrown on them, I feel like, right? I don't think that Drake May and the Patriots are going to care. I think you're going to see a lot of deep throws outside the numbers. I think you're going to see a lot of interference calls against the Broncos in favor of the Patriots, and I think they're going to get big chunks downfield.
For what it's worth, Ty,
I think that might even be their game plan, by the way. I think that might even be their game plan.
It's funny you say that because that's what I thought was going to happen with the Bills, and I don't know that they had one TPI called on the Broncos that game. If they did, it was only one. And I thought the same thing. I thought that Josh Allen was going to go deep and that they were going to get a bunch of yards from it, and they didn't. So you're on the Patriots. Chris, did you make your pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos. I know it's crazy, but I took them last week. I'm gonna take them this week.
I'm taking the Broncos too. My buddy Brainiac, who edits our clips, says no shot a backup QB is going to win this. That's once in a lifetime with Nick Foles. How about this stat, dude? There have been 8 quarterbacks in the NFL in NFL history that have been backups that have not only won playoff games but led their teams to Super Bowl victories after replacing the starter.
Hey,
That's crazy.
I never want to give betting advice, but I'll tell you something right now. The drop off from Bo Nix to Stidham is nowhere near plus 290 for a Broncos victory. Nowhere near it. And that's the only reason it's that high.
Yeah, I'm with you. And by the way, Albright, who you brought up last week, Chris, is someone that you like a lot. He doesn't cover all teams, but he covers the Broncos mainly. He said the only difference between the two of them right now is Bo Nix's ability to run the ball and be mobile.
So he says their arm talent is similar.
He says their arm talent is almost identical, and that the play calling isn't going to change a ton, other than it has to change a little bit because he can't run. And it does provide a slight advantage that there's no tape on Stidham for the last 2 years. He hasn't started a regular season game since 2023. So the Patriots cannot prep at all for what he's going to bring. I think the Broncos win this game. It's no disrespect to the Patriots at all. I think that they're at the beginning of what they're going to look like for the next 5 years, which is annoying that the Patriots are just back. They have a little bit of a break after Tom Brady, and they're just back.
Well, I'm Drake May's.
One game away from
I'm Drake May's biggest fan, so you know I love me some Drake May.
I do too. I'm on the Drake May hype train. But give me the Broncos in this game. I'm gonna go 20-17 Broncos.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, John. Let's give it a little more offense. I'll go 23-20 Broncos.
Ty?
Nah, give me. Do it. Nah, I will. I'm going to give me like 21-14. 21-14 Patriots. Maybe 24
minus 24 6.5. Wow.
24-14. Give me 24-14. I don't think I don't know, man. The Patriots defense has been doing incredible.
They've been doing amazing.
They've been doing amazing. And now and now you're going up against a team. It's going to be freezing, and they have. I think that they're going to make him throw the ball. They're going to stack the box, and this is going to be, dude. I think Stidham gets rocked. So.
Oh, dude, this is gonna. I wish you were in town, dude. I wish we could watch this game together.
Let me call the Jet, dude. Let me call the Jet.
We could just be like boys, dude. Okay.
By the way, guys, after we're done with the sports show here in a few minutes, ARC trios?
Absolutely not.
I have to go grocery shopping and pick up my son.
Yeah, I gotta walk my fish.
Dude, this next matchup, guys.
Rams Seahawks, dude. Rams Seahawks.
Number 1 DVOA matchup in history. These two teams have the highest total overall offensive and defensive DVOA of any team that has matched up.
Give me the Seahawks by 20.
How fun is that?
Seahawks are favored. Seahawks are minus 2.5. Rams are plus 120 money line. Over-unders at 46.5.
Give me the Seahawks to win by 20.
What? Dude, you're out of your mind.
You ready? So here's what it comes down to. Here's what I think happens. Darnold has had turnovers in both of the meetings that these two teams have played. And I think the question is kind of like what Tyler was saying. I think the question is, where on the field and how damaging are they? And the turnovers have been like he's just not seeing defenders. So I think it's going to be the Rams' ability to create pressure on Darnold, and it's going to be because if you just put these two teams together and there's 0 turnovers, I think the Seahawks win because their defense is just so much better. Dude, here, how about this one, guys? The team that runs 13 personnel, the highest in the NFL, is the Rams to get the base defense look, right? They're trying to get base defense. And there's only one team who has still played nickel when they go to 13 personnel. Do you know what that team is?
The Rams.
It's the Seahawks. The Seahawks do not change their defensive mindset, no matter, because the Rams are trying to get you into base defense. The Seahawks go into nickel anyway because they have physical DBs and they can get home quickly. And, you know, their coach wants to play fast. And yeah, I just think this is going to be such a fun game. I think this is going to be an all-timer, guys. I think it's going to go down to the last possession and give me the Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks. I got to do this, and I'm off the. I don't know. I don't want Sam Darnold to choke, and he hasn't choked yet.
These are the two best teams left in the playoffs.
I agree with that.
Time these two teams played, the Seahawks won in overtime, 38 to 30.
They went for two. They went for two. Matthew Stafford threw for 457 yards.
Yep.
And had 3 touchdowns. Puka Nacua had 225 yards receiving.
It was Devontae Adams was out of that game, by the way. Right?
Yep.
He was hurt.
Adams
not
was hurt.
play. And so, guys, the Rams are winning this game at plus money. And boy, do I have news for you. If you take the Rams at plus 120 and the Broncos at now plus 180, that line has moved a little bit since last night. That gets you to plus 516. That's a little juicer magooser there.
So you're saying the dogs are barking?
What I'm telling you is the dogs are barking, and I'm telling you Matthew Stafford's not losing this game. He's not losing this game. Clip it, ship it. Stafford's not losing this game. And give me McVay as the best coach left out of the 4. And so not only do I think the Rams are winning this game, I think the Rams are winning the Super Bowl. Stafford gets number 2. And I don't know if he's going to ride off in the sunset or play another year because that team is still stacked. But I think Puka Nacua goes nuts. And I think the Rams win 35-20.
Wow, you're so
35-20. And Sam Darnold shows up and throws 3 picks.
I think every head coach left are some of the best in the league, in my opinion.
They're very good.
McVay is probably the best offensive coach that's left for sure. But Mike McDonald has done amazing work.
The only way I see the Rams losing this game is if Stafford turns the ball over. And I know he didn't turn the ball over when the last time that they lost in overtime. He does have those games, right, against the Panthers the 2 times ago they played him. I like Darnold. I don't think he's going to choke. But I do think give me Stafford. I'm not putting my money on Darnold over Stafford. I know QB wins are not a thing.
John, I think I'm huge into trends, man. And like I want you to think about the 15-2 Lions hosting the Commanders in the divisional round and getting freaking smacked. Okay, even when teams are winning, there are trajectories. And right now, the Seahawks trajectory is going like this, and the Rams is going the wrong way, and now they're meeting. And so I think you have to take that into account. The way these teams have been playing the last month, the Seahawks look better every game. The Rams have looked worse. And they're coming off their worst offensive performance of the season, which, again, you can say is just because it was cold out, right? But I think
I love you, Chris. We're on the same page.
So like, I'm not saying that the Seahawks are going to blow out the Rams like Tyler, right? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, when these two teams are meeting right now, give me the Seahawks all day.
Agreed.
I'm putting a unit on the Rams minus 10.
That's all right.
And I'm so excited for Championship Sunday, guys. Like, I want to make it a movie. I'm telling Julia, like, I might order 100 wings for the night.
Oh yeah. We have some great local wing spots here. We're gonna go crazy too, probably. We might go somewhere. I'm not sure.
I might smoke the wings. What do you think about that?
I might come over.
Ooh, I was gonna say, Chris, why don't you come watch it with me?
Yeah, I'll talk to Julia about that.
You guys see the difference, though? You see the difference?
What?
I wish you lived just so we could watch this game together. Hey, Chris, you just come watch me. I'll talk to Julia.
Yeah. Well, dude, either way, I was gonna have to talk to Julia. Either way, I'm not getting out of this without something. But wait, isn't one of them's at noon, right?
No, it's 2 and 5:30.
Well, I might be able to
can't wait.
I might be able to sneak the 2.
What is Julia working?
No, it's Camden's nap.
Oh, give me a good nap.
These are like Sundays are one of the only days that Julia and I have together.
Give me weepy.
Okay, boys, let's do it. Let's do a.
Yep.
So
let's hurry up.
Let's just recap.
Let's hurry up
here.
Let's hurry up. We're going.
Let's recap here.
We're going over.
You're trying to play Ark, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're such a nerd, dude. Yeah.
I've got Chris and I have the Broncos. Ty's on the Patriots.
Yep.
You two are on the Seahawks. I'm on the Rams.
Yep.
All right. Let's make a player prop play. And Ty, if your thing ends tomorrow, why can't you just do it tomorrow?
I mean, I might. We'll see. Give me the Rams. to lose.
No.
Give me.
Nope.
I know it's player props. I know.
prop.
Give me Marvin Mims over 1.5 rushing.
I love it. I love it.
Ooh, I can only get 3+ for -108 or 10+ for.
I get the one.
I'll take the 3+.
I'm taking
I'll
it.
say 3+. I'm fine with that. Okay, Chris.
Give me Keyshawn Booty over 30.5 receiving yards. He gets that in one catch.
All right. Take me over to the Rams.
I'm not doing a Puka anytime.
Yeah, I'm.
Did I have it clicked? Yes.
I'm not getting burned by that again.
I'm making this juicy though, dude.
I'll take him over 92.5 before I take him getting the tutty.
Hear me out, dude. Hear me out. We're gonna go with Puka Nacua. I'm putting 100+ receiving yards at +114.
Okay.
And
Not
that
mad
gets
about
the 3-pick play to +619. 33
All right, let's hit
gets
it.
237.
Let's hit it. You have no idea when Mims gets that end around how insane I'm going to be cheering.
It's gonna be 3 days. It's gonna be three plays in. Might be their first play of the game.
And very last thing, boys. We're gonna obviously we'll do our show before the Super Bowl, but I do want to have this combo real quick. So if you right now, if you're confident, if anyone's watching this who enjoys sports betting responsibly, if you're watching this, right now is the time to place your Super Bowl bet. You're getting way better odds right now if you're confident in who wins the Super Bowl than you're going to get in a week, or by tomorrow. So, who wins the Super Bowl in your mind, boys? Let me share this with you. I'm trying to find it. I don't know why it's not popping up. What are you saying, Chris?
I just whispered
Chris
to the
is saying
chat.
Seahawks.
Well, yeah, I think it's the Seahawks. They're probably also the best odds, or the lowest. It is what it is. They're the best
Seahawks
team.
are +145. The Rams are +230. The Patriots +260. The Broncos at +1,000.
I like the Broncos at +1,000 for the odds, but I think both NFC teams, I like their chances more.
Oh, you're muted, Ty.
No, I'm not. Give me Seattle.
You were.
I'm out.
All right, +145. I'm taking the Rams at +230 because they're going to be -125 after tomorrow.
Good for you, JP.
Boys, excellent show. GG's,
love you guys.
Everyone,
love you guys.
Enjoy. I'm going to do some college basketball plays here before I leave.
All right.
Love you both.
Love you guys.
All right.
We'll see you guys
Happy
tomorrow.
Saturday. Love you, Chris. Love you, John. Bye.
Take care of each other out there, and let's have a weekend.